Over 17,000 islands make up the Indonesian archipelago, making it the world's largest island nation. With a population of over 270 million people, Indonesia is also the fourth most populous country in the world. One of the unique features of Indonesia is its incredible linguistic diversity. The country is home to over 700 different languages and dialects, besides Bahasa Indonesia, which is the official lingua franca of the country. Before we learn more about the languages of Indonesia, make sure to subscribe so you can stay updated in this age of Asia. The history of Indonesia dates back to the prehistoric era, with evidence of human occupation dating back 1.5 million years. Over the centuries, Indonesia has been home to numerous indigenous communities, each with its own unique language and culture. Indian, Arab, and Chinese traders, as well as the Dutch colonization of the archipelago in the 17th century, contributed to Indonesia's linguistic diversity. These external forces heavily influenced the local languages and dialects. For example, the influence of the Sanskrit language brought by Indian traders can be seen in the vocabulary of several Indonesian languages, such as Javanese and Balinese. Similarly, Malay, Indonesia's lingua franca, shows Arabic influence. The geography of Indonesia has also contributed significantly to the development of its linguistic diversity. Every island and region of the archipelago has its own unique environmental, cultural, and historical factors that have influenced its language development. As an example, the Batak people of North Sumatra have a unique language influenced by the region's mountainous terrain and agriculture. Additionally, Indonesia's location in Southeast Asia has made it a strategic point for trade and migration, resulting in the influx of people from neighboring countries, such as Malaysia, the Philippines, and Papua New Guinea. As a result, Creole languages and dialects merged elements from multiple languages to create unique linguistic systems. With more than 1,200 different languages spoken across the Pacific and Southeast Asia, the Austronesian language family is one of the largest and most diverse in the world. It is this family of languages that comprises the majority of Indonesian languages. The Austronesian languages originated in Taiwan around 5,000 years ago and spread across the Pacific and Southeast Asia, as people migrated and traded across the region. Among the characteristics of Austronesian languages is the use of reduplication, in which a word is repeated to indicate plurality or intensification, and the preference for vowel-ending syllables. There is also a complex system of verb affixes that indicate tense, aspect, and voice. The history of the Indonesian language, Bahasa Indonesia, can be traced back to Old Malay, which was spoken in the Malay Peninsula and Sumatra around the 7th century AD. Old Malay was the language of the Srivijaya Empire, a maritime empire that controlled much of Southeast Asia in the 7th to 13th centuries. It was written using the Pallava script, which was derived from the Brahmi script of ancient India. During this time, it became the lingua franca for trade and diplomacy throughout Southeast Asia. Old Malay evolved into Middle Malay and then into Modern Malay, which is the official language of Malaysia and Brunei, and one of the official languages of Singapore. Indonesian and Modern, Standard, Malay are both standardized varieties of the Malay language that are generally mutually intelligible, but distinct from one another. The spread of Islam to Indonesia in the 13th century influenced the development of the Indonesian variety of Malay. Arabic, the language of the Quran, became essential for religious study and Islamic scholarship, and many Arabic words were incorporated into local Indonesian languages. As Persian was the language of the Islamic courts, it also spread to the archipelago, leading to many words being adopted into local languages. The Dutch colonial period also had a significant and formative impact on the development of Bahasa Indonesia. The Dutch introduced the Latin script to Indonesia in the 17th century, and this led to the development of a written form of the language. There were also schools in the colony that taught Dutch, elevating it to a prestige level, and many locals learned it as a second language. As soon as the country gained independence in 1945, Bahasa Indonesia became its sole official language. The nationalist leaders of the independence movement recognized the importance of language in creating a sense of national identity, and they worked to promote the use of Indonesian as a national language. In 1945, the Indonesian constitution recognized Indonesian as the official language of the country. In the years since Indonesian independence, the language has continued to evolve and develop. New words and expressions have been borrowed from other languages, and the language has adapted to new technologies and social changes. Despite the diversity of languages in Indonesia, Indonesian has played a key role in creating a sense of national identity and unity in the country. The primary reason for the archipelago's incredible lingual diversity is the sheer number of natural barriers that have divided people for centuries. Different tribes and ethnicities inhabit different islands, and many tribes speak their own languages. And even on specific islands, people groups are also divided by mountain ranges and jungles. Dialects of local languages are also incredibly diverse. For example, Javanese sounds widely different in Central Java, East Java, and Yogyakarta. A common, shared language in Indonesia is quite a novel concept. In conclusion, Indonesia's incredible linguistic diversity can be attributed to a combination of historical, geographical, and socio-cultural factors. Due to its long history of colonization and foreign influence, as well as its unique geography and ecology, the archipelago has developed a wide variety of languages and dialects. Additionally, the cultural practices and beliefs of different ethnic groups and religions have also played a significant role in shaping Indonesia's lingual landscape. Despite the challenges presented by this diversity, the people of Indonesia continue to celebrate and preserve their unique linguistic heritage. Continue to keep track of the Age of Asia by subscribing to this channel, so we can become a leading channel in telling the growth story of the largest continent on Earth.